Dear, it's now time for another episode of Chakotay's Odyssey, featuring the adventures of Janeway.
Another one.
Oh, yes. So
Is this a good one?
I asked you if you would come and join me yesterday to watch Season 2, Episode 2 is called Initiations, and you were busy.
Yeah.
You missed out. This one was really fun and ridiculous.
Oh, okay.
Yeah? It didn't start out that way. It starts out Chakotay, okay?
Well, that's why you liked it so much, because he's your man.
This was a Chakotay episode, but it starts off with him, and he's on a shuttle, and it's his personal log, so he's doing the narration, and he's been given permission to use the shuttle, so I guess the ship is just waiting for him somewhere else, and he's gone off to do his
Not in a hurry.
his another spiritual quest. So immediately,
I remember him going on these spiritual quests, and he goes to planets and has like campfires and stuff.
Yeah. So luckily, it's not one of his Vision Quest stories, because those are
I do remember
boring.
those.
No, what happens is he's out just hanging out doing his ritual. Okay, let him do his religious practices. That's cool, but I don't need to see it because it's boring. What happens? Who shows up? The poor man's Klingons, the Kazon.
Oh, those, well, they totally, it's like poking a wasp nest in the first
So
episode.
the Kazons have this giant ship, right?
Right.
And
for some reason, they couldn't get off that planet they were stuck on in the first episode.
No, they couldn't get water for
they
some reason.
Get any water.
What's going on?
It made no sense.
Yeah. Well, apparently there's different sects of the Kazon, and they don't all get along. Different clans, let's say.
Oh.
So this clan decides, hey, the kid, it's time for him to earn his name, because they don't get their real name until they actually kill someone in battle, or if they die in battle.
Oh, so they pick...
Okay? So the kid, this 13-year-old kid,
right?
What's his name there? It's like Crag or something, because he doesn't have a real name. He has to go, they send him out in a small, like their version of a shuttle. He's got to go kill Chakotay.
How did they knew Chakotay was there, I suppose.
Well, they knew the shuttle was there, so they're like, hey, shuttle's by itself. We hate the Federation. They're going to send this kid Crag to go kill him. Okay? And he has to earn his name. So it's initiation.
No,
so the
kid to kill an animal.
So the kid goes out and he's like, I'm going to kill you. And Chakotay's just like, what are you doing, kid? No, you're not my enemy. I don't need to fight you. I'm not going to fight a kid.
You just play dead.
But the kid keeps firing on him.
Oh.
So he's going to do some fancy maneuvers. Now this is 95. It wasn't very good. So they do like the slowest loop-de-loop in the history of space fighting. And then he shoots on him and, destroys his engines. And
they're doing this in space. I thought they were doing this on a planet.
It's a shuttle. I told you, it's shuttles.
Well, I thought they landed on a planet.
No, they're in space.
Okay.
They're in a firefight. He does the slowest loop-de-loop in the shuttle.
Okay.
Shoots at him. Oh no, the ship's gonna blow up. Beams the kid over. He's knocked out. Ship blows up.
Right.
Ties up the kid. Kid gets up. What does he do? Try to keep killing him, right?
Him or something. Yeah.
And so fine. And Chakotay's just not having it. He just keeps pushing him back, right? It's like, come on.
Right.
This is wasting my time. And then finally push him down. He's like, I accept your surrender. It's like, I don't got time for this nonsense, okay?
Right. Let me get to my relaxation time in the void of space.
Okay? So then the Kazon come in and shoot at him. Okay? Actually, they take him prisoner.
Oh.
Yep. They take him prisoner. But Chakotay, he's not having that. He's like, I'm just going to escape. Okay? They do the dumbest thing. They bring him in and they're like, so this kid was supposed to kill you, who's 13, was supposed to kill you, but now you can kill him. So they give him a weapon.
What?
So he takes the captain hostage. Like, these guys aren't dumb.
Too smart.
These guys
they
are
were
dumb.
stuck on that planet. They had a ship, and yet they couldn't find any water. Like,
yeah, they're pretty dumb. And we know the Voyager crew is the D team, right? They're not the crew that got to the Enterprise. They're not the crew that gets to Deep Space Nine. They're not good enough to hang out at Earth. We're like, let's send these idiots off on Voyager,
like
right?
California class.
So him, and he convinces the kid to help him escape.
Right.
So they escape, and they're on this planet. Oh, they're on a moon, but
so
it's M
taking
class.
the child away from his community.
But the kid's already shunned by the community.
Isn't that part of their whatever.
No.
They're not supposed
The
to
kid is already shunned by a community. He's now a leper to them.
Okay.
Because he failed to...
So is he joining the crew?
No. Meanwhile, while this is happening, all the other crew members get like a guest spot, okay? The doctor pops up at one point, they're having a meeting with all the senior people, except Chakotay, and the doctor's on the screen saying, hey, I'm analyzing this stuff, right? Because the Kazon blow up Chakotay's shuttle. Meanwhile, Voyager tracks it down. They're like, oh, the shuttle's here. So they have to examine it to see if Chakotay was in there when it blew up. Right. So they get the doctor to do it. Does that make sense?
No science officer.
That doesn't make any sense. So they just beam all the debris into the shuttle bay, and he's like got this crap everywhere. He has to analyze it. So they're having this meeting with all the other senior officers, and guess who's there?
Yes.
Neelix's office. Neelix,
yeah.
the morale officer, and Cass.
Again, they just like found these people on the side of the road and said, come be our president.
Yeah. So they track down, okay, but the Kazon ship is gone, and then they decide, okay, we might have lost Chakotay, let's go down and hopefully we'll get him, right? We'll beam down to the surface. So, who we're gonna send? Janeway's going, of course, you gotta send the captain.
To an unknown planet.
Okay? Then you gotta take Tuvok, the third in command.
Officer.
So you could already lose your the three highest officers.
And did they take an ensign with them? Because he's a goner.
And then for some reason they took Cass.
Oh, and she wasn't a goner.
And Ensign Ricky.
The goner.
Okay, so, oh no, someone could be dead. Hopefully it's Cass, but we don't know. And who's in charge of the ship? Tom Paris.
The criminal.
Yeah, the ex-con
have poor judgment.
is in charge, but who else gets to be on the bridge to help out? Neelix.
Oh, because she's so good at that stuff.
So Neelix is sitting in the XO chair.
It makes no sense. Like, could they not hire enough actors for this show? Like,
so while they're down on the moon, on the M-class moon, which I haven't told you what's really going on there yet.
Oh, okay.
Tom Paris is in charge, and the Kalon come back, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna kill you guys."
Right.
And you know who convinces them to stop? Neelix. Neelix is giving them a hard time because he knows all their customs. This is so dumb.
They don't like Neelix. We already found that out before.
Anyway, essentially the Kazon who's left in charge is bluffing. Right. Oh, sorry, no, this is the captain. He keeps bluffing, and Neelix keeps calling him out on his BS. So what happens is the Kazon go and team up with the away team, and to go and find Chakotay and the lost kid.
So they go together.
So anyway, they've been down on this planet. This isn't a normal moon or planet, right? No. This belongs to the Kazon.
Right.
Which is why they went after Chakotay, because this is their territory. And he's like, no one showed us. No, listen. No one showed us this was Kazon territory. And the captain's just like, it changes whenever we want it to. So wherever they go, they just take over, right? So this guy's just being a dick. Anyway, so they're down there, and this is one of their training planets for all the kids that have to survive this planet.
Oh.
Okay? And there's all these booby traps everywhere, right? But the kid helps Chakotay get around it.
Right.
In the end, the Kazon team up with Janeway and her extended mission, with Ensign Ricky and Cass and Tuvok.
Yeah.
But they're being really nice to them. And so they just team up. They're like, cool, right?
They nice to them in the beginning, and then they wouldn't have a problem.
The Kazon who hate them, who are at war with them, are being super nice to them and learning from them. And then they double cross them. Big surprise.
But if they would have been nice to the Kazon in the first episode, they wouldn't have had this issue. They were real dicks to them.
Yeah. So Chakotay's trying to help the kid earn his name so he can go back with his people. And he does the dumbest thing because at one point they have to stay overnight and get some rest. So Chakotay's like, let's get some rest. And just falls asleep right away. With this kid who keeps saying he wants to kill him.
Plus,
they both got weapons.
There's animals or whatever.
They both got weapons. So he just goes right to sleep. And the kid's got a weapon and he wants to kill him.
He's confident in his abilities.
So the kid actually goes to do it and steal his tricorder, which he set up to send out a homing signal.
Anyway, those tricorders.
Anyway, but he doesn't go through with it. And then we learn Chakotay, he was just faking it. He's like, I had my eye on you the whole time. But if he did, He's like, I knew you wouldn't go through with it. That's a pretty big risk to take, buddy, because the kids you could just shot you and left.
Kids are so unpredictable. Anyway, it sounds like a bit wacky. In the end, the Kazon double cross him, the ensign gets killed.
No. Ensign Ricky lives this time.
Oh my gosh!
It's like the first time in Star Trek history Ensign Ricky lives. Because the previous guy died. The previous guy had shown up for a couple of episodes, and then they killed him that guy taking off his face. You know, those leper aliens.
Oh, yeah.
So this guy, the Kazon double-crossed Janeway in that. So the kid gets who has a weapon, ends up killing this captain who's a dick.
Oh.
And the Kazon are like, hey, he earned his name, let's go. And the kid's like, next time we see you, I'm going to have to kill you.
Right.
Because Federation, they hate the Federation so much.
They weren't very nice to them. They abandoned them on the planet. Neelix went and started shooting at them, and I don't know.
And
just lame.
But they did give them lots of water. Then they shot it.
They weren't very nice to them. Anyway.
Okay. Also, they got Seska with them, who could be spraying all kinds of propaganda about them.
Yes.
Okay. We haven't seen her back yet. So that was another fun episode of Chakotay's Odyssey, featuring the adventures of Janeway. You missed out on that one there, dear.
Sounds like I really missed out.